Good morning, guys. Alrighty, so what we're doing, we're locking in profits on NVDA. Let me take a quick picture, show you guys what we're up today. We're already up over $2,000 this morning, now $2,200. NVIDIA, we are up 54%, 56%, 530 by 560. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to order status. I'm going to change this. We add in a limit order for $6. We're going to change that to, oh, she's already gone. She sold for $6. Locked in a big profit on that trade. That trade we locked in $2,509.53. Now, Facebook, we're up a little bit on that today. Let's take a look at the Facebook chart here. As you guys can see, 190 is our resistance. It really hasn't broken that resistance yet. Okay, we had one candle here where you could see the wick got all the way up to almost 192-ish, 191.52, but it didn't stay there. She pulled back, closed down lower for the end of the day. So now you see, though, we are holding above the 10, 20, and 50 SMA, which is very positive, very bullish, but still not doing too much there. NVIDIA above $200 a share. This still looks great. I might re-enter NVIDIA sometime, but it was important because let me show you guys what we were able to do here. And this was a trade that we made in our trade room yesterday. I wasn't feeling the best, had a headache, still kind of stuffy. Maybe it's the flu.
Corbin says we should vote against.
And let me show you guys now. Today is the 22nd. And as you guys can see, here is our profit. This is right from E-Trade. The 22nd, 1022, realized profit. Total realized gain this morning, $2,509.53. And this was a small trade. It was a $3,485 trade. A decent trade, you know, not too bad. But that's the opening transaction. Here's the closing transaction. That trade cost us $3,485.16. We sold it for $5,994.69 for a realized gain of $2,509.53. Let's see what our net profit was on that.
HOG Harley Davidson
divide that by 3.48. So we locked in a 72.41% return on this trade today. Incredible job, guys. Really happy with that. And that's a quick $2,500, and that was from a sick day.
And Mexico. That's HOG Harley Davidson.
What time is it? It's only 9:33. We were only 1 minute into the trading day when that sold. She's still climbing higher, still looking good. I'm going to lock it. Now, Facebook, we have the November 15th, so I'm going to hold on to that for a little bit. Look at NVIDIA, though, climbing at the day's high. 201.60, 201.68. Excuse me, guys. Look at that chart on a 1 minute daily.
Short report out on Seeking Alpha says 80% downside.
There we go, guys. Sorry about that. Not feeling the greatest. Look at NVIDIA, 202.25. Let's see what those NVIDIA calls are at now. That's really going to upset me a bit. What do we have? The 195? The 195s are now at 850. So I missed out on an extra $2,500 on that. We sold it at 6. It's now at 850. That's $2.50. We had 10 contracts, 250. Multiply that by 100, and we missed out on an extra $2,500. which would have taken our gain to over a 100% return.
To the highs, 134.99 after that acquisition announcement. That's ROKU.
We still have a $500 unrealized profit in the account with the Facebook and Google trade. Let's see, what's Google doing? 12.45. Google's not doing too much here. NVDA, though, is on fire on the watch list here. Lilly's up 2%. Let's take a look at Lilly quick. Lilly coming down to the 10, bouncing higher here. Watch for another breakout momentum phase within the cycle. Nice climb here. Momentum shifting. MACD cross. 1020 SMA coming up. That cross is going to be happening soon. Expedia, guys, this is a classic trade. We're probably going to make an Expedia trade. Look at this breakout momentum. Breakout momentum, consolidation, profit taking. Now she's breaking out again, holding that 10. Look at that 10. We'll zoom in a little bit here on the left. That 10 is acting as support here. So she broke out, came back down. Past 3 days, it's acting as support, continuing to climb here. Disney on the run as well here. This is looking nice as well. This could be a nice trade going into the December, January expirations. We have the 1020 cross, positive MACD. We can look at something like, let's take a look, DIS. This is something I'd want to go out a little bit more with, maybe December 20th. The 130 strike is about 585, 588. That's not bad at all. That's a nice setup. I could easily see her getting back up to 140.
UK Labour Party leader Corbyn says we will oppose program motion for Brexit
So that
law.
trade here would make about a 90% return.
Coming up at,
I'll keep an eye on that.
About 9:59 a.m. Richmond Manufacturing Index for October -7 expected.
Do you guys have anything you want me to take a look at, either in the trading room?
5.5 million minus 0.7%.
Yeah, but Paula, we missed on Bib. I seen Bib this morning on the scanners coming up. Big beat on Bib. Bib's up 38.8%. Let's look at the option chain, seeing what we would have happened. Oh, the stuffiness. I don't know if it's starting to get... Well, it's in the 70s here in Florida. At nighttime, it's getting down to the 60s, which is a big change for us. So just starting to get a little stuffy. Let's see if we got the October 25th. Wow. So look, for example, here. Let's go up a little bit more. The 250 strike, okay? This was... It's at 59.17. It's up 58.48. So hold on. 59.17. Wait. She changed there. 58.54 minus 57.85. These contracts here were worth 69 cents yesterday. So let's just say you got 10 contracts. That's $690. That $690 is now worth almost $6,000. That's how big of a gain that is. I wish we would have played that. Pharmaceuticals are doing really well. As you guys could see, the cost of prescriptions are insanely high. But that's one we missed. But again, that was an earnings trade. So depends on if you want to get into a higher risk earnings trade like that. I'm going to go here. I keep talking about Facebook. I keep thinking it's this week's expo, but it's the November 15th expo we have. We're up 7% on that trade. I was going to lock in the profits there, but we got plenty of time, and that's going into Facebook earnings, which is what I think I'm going to do here with that. Google isn't doing much here, so we're going to have to close out our Google spread. Not moving like I expected, up 17 cents. That's some horse crap there, so... Let's say buy to close, sell to close. We have 30 contracts. Call. October 25th. Let's see, what do we have here? 1270. And the 1267.50. That's going for, let's see, net credit. Let's put in point. I'll put in 0.35 there. Do I want to sell it? That's the thing. I don't think it's going to get to 1270 this week. Submit. Place trade. That has not executed yet. I change that up to 40 cents and I'll let that go for the day. Alrighty, now Facebook. It was just up about $100 for today. It was up 300 unrealized. We just picked that up yesterday. Paul, I think so. Google's not doing much here. It's not having that move. Still about 25 points off where I want it to be. Guys, in the trade room, did any of you guys get that NVDA trade that we got yesterday? Or the Facebook trade? Did you guys lock in NVDA profits? That was a really nice trade. About a 73%er overnight. And guys, that's how we could, if we wait for those setups, I want to explain this for a minute here, because this is how important our trade plan is. So right here, this is NVIDIA chart, okay? Now, guys, you guys know our trade plan. Hopefully, you do if you're doing your homework. And let me move this. Sorry about that. I'm moving the microphone here so you can hear me a little bit better. Alrighty, so if you guys could see, take a look at this. So here was consolidation, no trade zone on short term here on the pullback. Then we had the breakout momentum. Now, guys, this whole green channel here, this is breakout momentum cycle. Within the cycle are the phases. So here's consolidation. Here's breakout momentum. Here's some profit taking back down to the 10. Here's breakout momentum again. And then it pulled back, consolidated, came back down to the 10 and broke out. So yesterday when I seen that we had a successful climb off the 10 and a pop above resistance, I said, you know what, she's going to hit up to 200, possibly 202.50. So I said to myself, all right, I'm going to make this a little bit larger of a trade. And usually my trades in this account, the smaller account here, is usually under $2,500 a trade. So I made that trade around a $4,000 trade, and I said, you know what, I'm going to take profits right around $200 a share. And this is when the stock was around 194, 195-ish. And so that was a nice 6-point climb. And as you can see, from 195, it closed yesterday up pretty nice. And then we had the successful climb today. It got all the way up to almost 203. And we locked in about a 73% profit. But guys, this is what's important. Just like here, this candle right here. You see it came back down to the 10. Okay, it already broke resistance here. It came back down to the 10. On this candle here, this was a sign, or this candle even, on the October 9th or October 10th. That's telling you, hey, she had a successful bounce off the 1020 SMA, and she's climbing in breakout momentum phase now. And then as you can see here, there was some stalling, some consolidation, a little bit of profit taking on the 18th, and then she had a successful climb again, and still climbing very nicely. Now, if we zoom out a little bit here and take a look at this chart, we could see we have much more, and this is all from the big decline it had from the end of last year. So it's still rebounding from that. Now what I'm going to say, our next target's going to be right around 225. You know, first target's going to be right around 215, second target 225. So guys, keep NVIDIA on your radar here, because if you have another green candle, now then you know, hey, she's probably going to pull back to that 10 because there's going to be some profit takers coming in. Because just think, we're trading the options. There's other people that are trading the shares of stock. You know, the mutual funds, any individual investors, traders, you know, hedge funds, institutional funds. So as they're buying those stock, the stock, the shares. That's why we're seeing the climb. So eventually they're going to say, hey, we just locked in a quick 7% on $1 million. Let's lock in those profits. So when they sell their shares, that's what's pulling back down at 10. But there's other companies that have software that's buying once it gets down to that 10 SMA. So that's what you're watching for here. It works so beautifully. Look at the breakdown momentum here. Up to the 10, broke down. Up to the 10 SMA, broke down. Up to the 10, broke lower. Up to the 10, it broke it.
Trillium shares,
you got your first candle with the body above the 10 SMA. And if you look down here, that's right when the MACD was crossing as well. So that's what's so beautiful about our trade plan is if you follow it and you know what to do here, you know what to look for. And you know when cycles are just about ready to end and when some other things are happening. Guys, our Facebook trade's now up 17%, up $400. Very nice day today. Paul said, Dave, look at AXP. Last time I looked at AXP when Jay was over here, he was talking about that. I don't think I jumped in or... Jay brought this one up. Looking good, guys. This is actually a really nice trade setup here. I might jump into this one myself. That's a really nice chart there. You finally got the first candle with the full body above the 50 SMA here. Let's take a look quick at the earnings calendar. Or the event calendar here. What stock was that? AXP. Alrighty, so she already had her earnings last week. And that's what caused that turnaround. Really nice. All right, now what I'm going to do quick is something that's nice I like to do. Analyst research and reports. Let me bring this down for all y'all to see. Alrighty, guys, so here is American Express. They're saying the high is 142, the low is 119. We're close to the low right now. We're at 119.24, which to me, that is a perfect time to pick up some contracts. So we got a lot of buy signals, one hold signal. And look at these targets. This guy just upgraded on the 21st. So yesterday it had 3 upgrades, or 2 upgrades, I'm sorry. And then on the 18th, it had another upgrade. So they're saying 126 to 140. This guy's saying 123, but he doesn't want to show his picture. So let's not go with what he says. So AXP. I like that. Now, when I'm analyzing this chart here, let me show you what I'm doing. So first off, I'm looking at the next resistance area. So we're kind of right at resistance right now, right around 119, 120. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look. I see 122.50 to 125 as our target. So 122.50. So let's say 122 to 125, that's our target. Okay. Alrighty, guys, so here we go. Target 122.50 to 125. I'm going to look at, well, now let's take a look at the option chain. So we already know our target, and that's what I tell you guys. Always know your target and know your stop. So our target's 122.50 to 125, and our stop's going to be...
KAR, deal reporter says Jana, an activist in KAR car auction
There's
services.
some nice support right around here. So our stop's going to be 116.50.
KAR from deal reporter.
And look at how nice this is when you actually do what you got to do. Come on. So there's your stop, right? Now we already have our target here.
Shares of car auction services popping off the lows 25.25 on that report.
So we have the 1020 cross right here. So there's the 1020 cross. Now we could go here, channel. Giving away way too many secrets here. And there we go, guys. So that's what we're going to be looking for. That's the start of the breakout momentum. Let me move that up a little bit here. And there we go. So that's what we're looking for, guys. Target 120.250 to 125. Now let's take a look and see what the heck we want to trade with it. So she's at around 119 now. Let's see if I want to do the November 15th, but I want to go into the holiday season because I know that's when she's really going to pick up here. So let's say the November 29th. If we buy to open, sell to open, we're going to look now and see if it's better off to go with the regular calls. A call is going to cost around 121.72. 121.72 is going to be the break even. 123 got a 100% return. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. 123 about 100% return. So that leaves us with our target's 122.50 to 125. So if she gets at 123, the regular calls here, the 119 straight calls, are going to make about a 100% return. But as you can see, there's not much volume here. You know, there's definitely more open interest on the call side versus the put side, so that's good. That's also confirming a trend for us. That's confirming some momentum, some buyers stepping in. Now let's take a look December 20th, see if there's any more. Not too much going on. Let's see, November 15th, not much going on, guys, really not. November 15th, she gets at 123, we got a 100%er. That's not bad. November 15th, but we only got around 20 days to go for that. You know, so if I did something, I'd probably pick a spread for a shorter term expo, buy to open, sell to open, call.
Shares of Trillium, TRIL, up about 2 cents now after resuming trade. TRIL.
Let's say the October or the November 1st. Let's do November 1st. 118, 119 vertical bull call spread. That's going for about 60 cents a contract. Max net return on that. 1 divide that by 0.6. That's around a 67% max net gain. And all we need is AXP above 119 a share by November 1st expo. So you know what? Let's get a couple bucks worth of that. I like that setup. I really do. Let's see here. What's the market doing? Let's take a quick look at the general market. DIA. All right, so the diamond's still holding that 10. Had such a nice climb on the 18th there once we had that China trade news. And that's why I told you guys. Remember the week we had last week? Everything's on camera. So, guys, what you should be doing, go back to these YouTube videos and watch them. I should do a recap because, you know, it sucks to watch an hour and a half each day. But if you go back and watch those and see what I talk about and then see what the stock actually did, you're going to learn so much more about the trading plan and knowing the precise times. Because, guys, we're charters. You know, we're technical traders here. So what we're looking for are setups that we could take advantage of. Because the reason why we're able to do this is because there is software that's trading the market once you have a 1020 cross or once you have a MACD cross. So, excuse me. So if you have a system that's doing that and it's repetitive, we could actually go in and see those consistencies. And that's why this works so well here. I mean, look at this. You didn't get a closing candle with the full body below the 10 here in this entire breakout momentum phase within the cycle. So it's really nice, like the NVDA trade or the NVDA chart that we went over here. When we saw it coming down to, let me put this on a 1 month. So when we seen it was breaking out here, 1020 cross, positive MACD, it was climbing, it was holding above the 1020-50 SMA here. We had a green candle, continued to climb, consolidated here. It came back down to that 10, but it didn't want to close below it. It came back up, closed here for the day, and then continued higher. And yesterday when I saw that around 194, 195 a share, I said, you know what, let's jump in. And look at how it pulled back. It retraced a bit since those highs. So it got all the way up to almost 202.50, almost 203, and then it retraced, and now it's back at 198.18.
ATNX
down to
197. X-ray hearing
we locked in those profits at perfect timing,
report,
and we did a hell of a job.
X-ray,
guys, my Google trade just closed at 40 cents a contract.
ATNX.
So now, with that, I had a loss on that trade. So now my gain and loss for the day realized is at $390.82, and that's with the Google trade. And the beautiful thing about that, you know what? That's transparency there. Let me log in here. And you know what? It's okay to take a losing trade here and there. It's okay. Because we're making other trades that are making up for it big time, like that NVIDIA trade. So guys, here's all that's in the account right now. First off, let me save this.
ATNX, the report entitled Too Little Too Late on Athenix.
Alrighty guys, so this is all that is in the account right now at the moment. We have the Facebook November 15th 190 strike. November 15th, we paid $6.20 a contract for it. It's currently at $6.95, and we have a 12% gain, and this is a trade we just got yesterday. So our total gain unrealized is about $300. That's our total.
Athenix
and then for the day, we're up 100.
Now at 9.
So from yesterday to today, we're up $300, and those in a small trade. You know, that's on a $2,500 trade or less, $2,400 trade. So not bad.
Margin.
Now let me take a look and show you something else here. What we just did.
Of about 5.5%.
Losses, and here we go. So here's with the Google.
Coming up, the Richmond Manufacturing Index.
So this is now October 22nd to October 22nd. Realized profit. We just sold our
existing home sales
Google trade there, our Google spread for 40 cents a contract. So we took a little bit of a loss on that, but we're still up $390.82. That NVIDIA trade we closed this morning, that was a great call. We paid $348, sold it for $6. This one here we bought for let's see here. So 8 point.
EU Commission says EU team to start working on post-Brexit ties with the UK on November 16th.
7.89. So we paid $1.10 a contract for it, and we sold it for 40 cents. Now let's look for our next big trade, guys. Nice trading. Account is up really nice. Now let's make some trades. Let me resume eTrade Pro here. Alrighty, so as you can see over here to the right, NVIDIA retrace 198.61, AXP still holding up there at 119. I really like that trade, guys. I'm just holding off making it because, you know what, I could do a small trade for now on it, 20 contracts. I love that trade, though, the 118, 119. It was at 60 cents. Now at about 63. That's a hell of a trade, though, I think, in my opinion, for the November 1st Expo. That's a really great trade idea, guys. Make sure you're checking that out. because you're going to have max gain as long as American Express is above 119. So it's already above 119. 60, even if you pay 63 cents, that's the most I'd go. Let's see, 1 divide that by 0.63. That's still a 59% return. You know, so if you throw $1,000 in it, you know, that's a $590 profit for a week. That's not bad. All right, let me see the trade room, see if you guys have anything you want me to take a look at.
2 787 Dreamliner airplanes to one VIP customer. Partners with Vertex Aerospace to provide landing gear overhaul service to global customers. That's Bravo Alpha.
Alrighty, guys, so is there anything else you guys want to take a look at here? Let's see. I Drive as Zamboni said, FireEye chart looks nice. They hoard Goldman Sachs to shop them around. They hired. Okay. Let's see. I used to trade FireEye back when I lived in Pennsylvania. I used to trade this quite often. I got off of it when it, let's see here. This is the time frame I was trading FireEye. To me, though, this stock looks garbage right now. I mean, it definitely could come back up to that $19, $20. But for me, you know, there's better trade setups out there than this one. So let me take a look at the 1 month here. Look at FireEye on the 1 month. Very nice for a swing trade there. Definitely a nice swing trade setup if you want to enter. Smaller candles, not big candles, but not bad. All right, I'm going to go down the watch list here quick, take a look, and see if there's anything nice that we could possibly enter for a swing. Possibly even another swing trade for this week's Expo. So let me go down the watch list here. Apple still in bomb cycle, bomb phase. See, guys, I mean, if you guys can't see this, you got to get some glasses here. So here it is again. Came down to the 20, broke out. Breakout momentum. Came back down to the 20, broke out. Consolidated, came back down to the 10, broke out. You could see 2 candles of consolidation, profit taking, came back down to the 10, and breakout momentum. Guys, it's our trade plan to a T. I mean, if you're looking at charts as long as I have been, you know, maybe it's a little bit easier, but that's why we have the trade plan. You could go look and take a look at the SMAs, the MACD, and you could get confirmation of the trade just like that. And it's a really nice setup when you could jump in. When you see that come down to the 10 there, and then that next day you have that positive bounce there, there's where you're saying, hey, it just had a confirmed bounce off that 10 SMA. I'm going to jump in for a short-term swing. And if you look, the next day you could have had an easy 100% return just on that one climb alone. So when you're seeing these setups and you're able to jump in the day after, when you have that confirmation of it confirming that bounce off that 10 SMA, that is perfect timing to jump in and do a short-term swing trade and capture that quick. What do we make, 72 or 73% return just in one day? You know, that's why you could wait. That's why I tell you guys, you know, if you're in consolidation for a few days, chill out. You know, don't jump into anything. Don't force anything. Because once you get that confirmation and that right setup is going to make a killing for you. You know, so that's what you got to be prepared for, on the lookout for. Alrighty, guys. Now, do you guys have any stocks you want me to take a look at, any charts? If you do, please go in the trade room or on the YouTube chat and ask it there, or tell me what you'd like me to take a look at. Because I might not trade anything until this afternoon. Not sure yet, just a little after 10. We're only a half hour into the day, and so much has happened. You know, and as a trader, you got to be prepared and you got to be on your toes. That's why when I'm not feeling the best, I always like to sit back and stay away from the markets, because a sick day could cause you a lot of money. Luckily, yesterday, we got into the NVDA trade and the Facebook trade, and those were the 2 only trades we made yesterday while I wasn't feeling that great. And those 2 trades have made us over $3,000 in net profits already, with the Facebook trade up $300 and the NVIDIA trade. What do we close in on the NVIDIA trade? $2,300, $2,500? Yeah, $2,500. So that's what we're looking at. Let's continue to go down this watch list. Sorry if I rant off about something, but when I see a good educational point there, I'm going to jump on it and teach you guys a little something. All right, AMD, this has been one that we've been keeping an eye on. It didn't have our move that we needed for the 18th Expo, but after that, it had that bounce, and it did exactly what we were expecting, but it didn't break that by last week. It pulled back a little bit. That's why time is on your side, really. That AMD trade, it was a small trade, I think like a $700 trade or less, but, you know, that was a losing trade only because we needed more time. We needed it above 31.50, and it just barely got up to 31.34 that day and failed to break above 31.50. But obviously, as you guys can see, the next trading day broke out, continuing higher. Now let's zoom out a little bit here and see where the next resistance levels are, which we're at right now still. So we're actually at some good resistance area right at 32. It breaks that. There's no doubt that she's going to quickly get up to that 33 and then 34. Those are the two targets then. Let's continue to go down here. Amazon, here's the 1 month daily chart for Amazon. 1020 cross. It's currently holding above the 50 SMA
in October,
which is really nice. Let me put this up a little bit more. Alrighty, so let's take a look. Amazon 1776.10. Let's zoom out a little bit here. See, I really like this. So we're currently in consolidation. It pulled back down to that 10. It's climbing, but it's still in consolidation. So it's a little early. Now let's say tomorrow comes along and you get a candle above 1790. That to me would signify a great entry, a great buying point, and all the way up to 1825 is the next resistance where I look to take profit, which is still about a 50-point climb from where it's at right now. And a 50-point climb, that's tremendous with stock options. So make sure you keep an eye on Amazon. And guys, this is why I always say as well, keep a notebook by you. You know, like write down now Amazon, look for a candle above 1790. Or if you want to go in, you could actually do something. I usually don't do this because I'm always at the computer, but I think there's a way to make an alert here. Let me see. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to see how you do that. But there definitely is a way to make an alert once she breaks above 1790 a share. That E-Trade Pro will come out and say, hey, Amazon just broke 1790. You know, what do you want to do? And then I'd say, okay, let's take a look at the chart there. If it still has that breakout momentum phase and cycle, I jump in and either do a call or a call spread. And those of you that do selling of options, you guys could also let me know if you're interested in an advanced class on that. We also teach that as well. Usually don't have many students that come for those because they are advanced. You need a larger account, margin account. But for those that do, it's a great opportunity. Even if you're doing simple things like buying, if you have a larger account, you're buying shares of stock and then you're selling some options against those shares, bring in additional revenue, additional profit income each week for doing that or each month. It's really great opportunity to make that extra income. Now let's take a look. Let's continue to go down here. We're still at the 1 month. APC 7281. That one's garbage. This one too. And Baba came back to the 1020 SMA on the daily chart here 1 month. Still holding that 1020.50. Here's Bank of America looking great. Look at that crossover. MACD confirmation. And she's been on the run since. But as you can see here, this gap between candles here, that large of a gap, that's a sign. And then this day here, when you had that candle ending above the previous candle and holding that 1020.50 SMA, if you didn't enter on the 14th, you're definitely entering on the 15th if you're watching and trading the financials. And classic here, breakout momentum consolidated for 3 days here. Breakout momentum. Now we're going to probably see a consolidation. It's just like a stepping stairs. You see, here's a stair, here's a stair, here's a stair. And we're able, with our trade plan, to look and identify each of those setups there on the cycles and within the phase. Bank of America, though, that's looking pretty good. Up to resistance, though. Look at that triple top right here, going all the way back to 519, 719, and 1019. Zamboni says XLNX reports tomorrow. Let's take a look at XLNX. First, let's go through the watch list here, see if I see any good setups. Look at this booking. This one was a hell of a trade as well. You know, we jumped in at perfect timing here when we had our first candle above the 1050 SMA, and we jumped in and she climbed, and our target was 2010 to 2050. And I could go back and actually look at the chart that I shared. If I actually shared a chart in the trade room, we could go back and take a look where it was at that point. But take a look now. Now she's in consolidation. So watch for that next breakout or breakdown. But another beautiful setup here with our trade plan. And if you were in that, you would have amassed large profits. Chipotle Mexican Grill pulling back here. Now, see, here's one here. That, you know, it's in breakout momentum, but what are we thinking is going to happen here? Well, we're thinking it could come back down to 840 before breaking out again. You know, there's so much that could happen, but this is definitely not a sign to enter Chipotle. If you're entering Chipotle here, that's a big no-no, you know, with our trade plan anyway. Let's take a look. Cisco's been one that I want to keep an eye on, guys. Take a look at Cisco. This is actually a really nice setup here. I like it. It held support at 46. We got into a Cisco trade. I think we made a few Cisco trades. I think one of them was a good profit, good winning trade, and then we had a loser on it. I have to go back and check, but I like this setup here. And the nice thing about this is if you're looking at this chart here, this is a 6-month daily chart of Cisco. Your stop could be if it fails to break above that red 50 SMA here. So if you jump in,
JetBlue CEO says no changes to 2020 aircraft delivery schedule so far.
So if you look at the let's say November 15th expo here, we'll look and see if she reports earnings. Let's take a look quick. Calendar.
That's JBLU.
CSCO. So it does not have earnings until November 13th. So it doesn't have earnings till November 13th. So obviously if we got to November 15th, that'd be going into its earnings, which to me, I'm fine if we want to do something like that. But I'd look at something like I'd do something like the spread just to make it worthwhile here. Let me see, 47, November 15th. Actually, they're pretty cheap, even if you just got the regular calls. You know, and look at the volume here of the calls versus the puts. 14,326 open interest on the 4750 strikes for the November 15th. Open interest, 22,950 open interest for this 4750. Not bad. They might have done a little ratio there. Picked up, some calls, picked up a few puts just in case. They're obviously trading momentum here. They're expecting a move. So 47.50, that's 49, break even 49. I mean, that's definitely doable. If you guys are looking for a good swing trade going into an earnings trade, look at Cisco. The 47.50 strike calls, even the 48 strike, they look great, and that's a nice setup there if you guys want to take a look at that. Cisco is looking great. And then, like I said, your stop is a close above the previous candle's body. So your close is 47. Let's say a candle below 47. So if you get a candle that closes below 47, that's your stop. You're out of there. But that's looking good, looking like it's going to continue to climb. So guys, write that down in your notebook. Remember, we talked about Amazon. We talked about NVDA. Now let's continue to go down here, our watch list, and see if we see any other good setups. CVX is having a nice climb, positive MACD cross, 1020 cross coming up. You're going to be looking at resistance around 117.50, resistance number 1. Resistance number 2 is going to be right around 120-ish here, so you can keep an eye on that. Next one here, Delta Airlines, MACD cross at the bottom there, just happened yesterday, and as you can see, it's still struggling to break above that 20 SMA here. If we zoom in a little bit here, take a look at these candles. It's failing to break above this blue 20 SMA here. So I'm not going to enter yet. Just like our breakout momentum cycles, she usually holds this 10 SMA. If you can see over to the right here with the NVIDIA chart, it holds the 10 really well. Here, it's failing to break above that 20, so I'm not going to jump into that just yet. But if it does break above that 20 SMA, your next resistance is right around $56. So it's at $54.31 now. So if it breaks that, you could get a cheap in the money vertical bull call spread, something like, Let's take a look here. If we went with the
MAT,
buy to
Mattel.
open, sell to open, call November
Article
15th.
from Forbes being circulated.
And let's say we wanted
says
to
Mattel's
do the
time is running out. The article dated today, 6 a.m. Mattel's time
fully
is running
in the
out.
money, vertical spread. It's only costing 40 cents to be worth $1. That's incredible. I don't think that's right there. Let me see. Buy to open, sell to open. Oh, here we go. I had the expiration days wrong there. So 53 to 54. This is worth 59 cents to be worth $1. So 1, divide that by 0.59. That's a max return of 69.5%. So you're making almost a 70% return as long as the stock's above $54. It's currently above $54 by 35 cents. So like I said here, that's not a bad trade setup. But again, you're going to wait until you get that candle above that 20 SMA. If it gets a candle above that 20 SMA, this is a nice swing trade for the monthly expo here of November. So you do net debit 0.60. If you wanted 20 contracts, that's going to cost you $1,200. That's not a bad setup. So if you got 20 contracts, it's going to cost you $1,200. The max that could be worth is $2,000. So you're making an $800 net profit on that small $1,200 trade. So your $1,200 is now worth $2,000. And there's too many people that like to trade the farm, on each trade. Like if they have a $5,000 account, they think they need to put $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 into it. You're going to fail that way. You have to trade your account properly. Guys, take a look here. Tell me, is this not a coincidence? Look at this chart here. Look at the candles and look at how it's been holding in the breakdown momentum cycle, how it's been holding below that 50 SMA. So as you can see here, we'll zoom in a little bit more here. On this candle here on September 23rd, 2019, she broke lower. And as you can see, every candle here was below the 1050 SMA the entire time. And then here's where the SMA is clustered and then broke lower. And that's a sign of continued breakdown momentum. But as you can see here, it got up to the 10, failed, up to the 10, failed, up to the 10, failed, up to the 10, failed. Now we're finally getting the first candle above the 10, 20, and 50 SMA, and now you're going to see what it does. But you could see it got all the way up to almost 1966 a share, and then she pulled back all the way down to 1914. So it lost its momentum there, and that's just something you're analyzing when you're looking. But here, beautiful chart, beautiful example of breakdown momentum and how the SMAs are used as resistance. All right.
Shares of Gemfire.
Let's see. Disney, still one we're going to keep an eye on. I like Disney. NVDA, look at that. 197.87. We sold it at around 201. What a great trade, guys. What a great time. We took profits. We locked in our profits. Got the hell out of that trade. And now we're looking for the next one. And take a look at Expedia here, guys. This one's looking pretty nice as well. She's in breakout momentum. As you can see, it's using the 20 as support. So it came down to the 20, broke out. Profit taking came down to the 20, broke out. Profit taking came down to the 20, broke out. Profit taking came down to the 20, consolidated for a few days, and then it broke out. And then profit taking consolidation came back down to that 20. And then what happened? Here's the cluster, 10-20 cross again, and she broke out. Now here was a little bit of profit taking again. Now she's breaking out again.
Final US
so keep an eye on that. And what's nice about this, you could use the stop here, which is a nice stop of 136. So you could have a stop. Guys, this is honestly a really nice chart here and a perfect example of your stop.
PINS, Pinterest, November 30, Coal Sweep. Papa India, November Sandy.
So here you could use So the nice thing about this is we have a target of 139 to 140. So target So again, I didn't make this trade. I'm not making it yet, but here you go. This is a perfect example of a nice trade setup, guys. Again, what are you doing first? You're analyzing the chart. You're seeing where you're at in the trade plan. Are you in the breakout momentum? Are you just having the cross? Are you bouncing off of support? You know, did you come down to the SMAs and now confirming the bounce? You know, you're deciding first, where are you at within the trade plan? And then when you say, hey, okay, we have the successful bounce off that 10 SMA, you know, she looks like she's ready for that next breakout momentum. Now, where are the next resistance support areas? Where's our target? So the next resistance is right here, right around 137.50. So we're going to see if it gets back up there and fails again. You know, I don't like how it's consolidating, but it is holding that 10. So for right now, that's fine, because you know what? We have our stop at 136. So if you have a stop at 136, it's at 136.75 now. Only a 75-cent drop on a $136 stock, and that's your stop, which is going to minimize your loss if it did come back down to that 136. You're minimizing your loss, so you already know your stop loss, and now you're looking at your target. And your target is going to be, you know, we're going to look at the... So as you guys can see, when you have, here's consolidation, here's breakout momentum, profit taking. And then when you break out again, usually you're going to go and retest the highs from the previous phase. So here's the highs of the previous phase here, which is around 138.75. So that's going to be the target, 138.75, which is right around 139. So our target's going to be 139 to 140. And to me, that's a really nice setup and a nice trade plan right there. You know, so you know if she goes against you, your stop is 136 and your target's 139 to 140. So if you're looking for something for this week's expo, for example, you're buying the 136 for $1.65. So 136, your strike price, 136 plus what you're paying for it, 1.65. Your break even is at 137.65 if you're buying the 136 strike call. So your break even's 137.65 and then plus 165. So 100% return is at 139.30. So at $139.30, that trade's going to make you a 100% return. And guys, that's only 139. It's at 137 now, so a 2-point climb. As you can see here, these candles are usually varying from, let's see, so yesterday's candle was 136.15 up to 137.75. So that's a pretty significant climb, 136.15 to 137.75. So that's what, a $1.60 climb, or $1.60 from the high and low. And then, you know, if you're just having another bounce, a $2 climb, that's going to bring you up to 139. So, and it is only the 22nd right now. So again, if you're, I don't know what happened to my monitor there. I don't know if you guys could see that. No, it's not coming up on the studio, but I don't know. Hopefully that'll go away. There we go. It just went away. Hit a button by accident. But again, guys, very nice. You're just looking for that quick setup there, that quick trade, an overnight swing, maybe a 2-night swing. It's only the 22nd right now. This expires the 25th, so you still have 3 days. 22, 23,
experiencing some
24, 25. You still have really 4 trading days left with that today and 3 more days. So, guys, take advantage of that. You know, if you want to make a swing trade, I'm not getting into this because I want to look at a little bit more stocks and a little other charts here along the way. But take a look at that and write that down. So far you have the Amazon, the AXP, and the Expedia. There's 3 nice trade setups that we just went over in the course of the past 45 minutes. And again, if you guys have any questions, please comment in the trade room or on the YouTube chat. Paula, I use Uber Eats every single day. She's saying she's been cheating on Grub with Uber Eats. I gained back all the weight that I lost. I just got a surprise, too. My mother-in-law's coming tomorrow from Brazil. So that'll be nice. Alrighty, so let's continue to go down the watch list here. Guys, write that down, that Expedia trade. That's a hell of a setup there. Looks really nice. Facebook here, as you guys can see, let's go to the 1 month. Let's go to the 3 month. So as you can see here, this is in breakout momentum, candles all above. And guys, we made this resistance line here weeks ago, or a week or two ago. And look at how well it's holding. As you guys can see, it's really struggling. It's in consolidation. And that's usually what happens when you're in the breakout momentum cycle. When you get up to that resistance, it's going to consolidate a bit. And then depending on the market conditions, it's going to decide if she bounces and breaks higher or fails at that resistance and starts a new cycle or a new phase, probably BDM, breakdown momentum. But as you can see, still holding, still looking fine. We have the Facebook. What do we have? The Facebook November 15th 190 strike call. We're up $30 on that today, $230 unrealized since yesterday. And again, that's a 10% gain from yesterday. So not bad. These 10% gains are very easy to make.
BIIB, Biogen, BIIB.
Again, guys, it's all in the charts. You don't even have to watch the news. If you didn't want to. You could watch the charts, watch the candles, follow the trade plan, and get a good idea for where she's going.
To the FDA.
But when you have this down here, this breaking news that you could hear before anywhere else, this is great. Facebook, option alert, June 19th, 180 strike calls, call sweep, 600 at 24.55. 24.55, multiply that by 100, that's 2,455, and multiply that by 600. And you see that they just made about a $1.5 million trade on Facebook there, guys. Right here, this Facebook option alert, June 19th, 180 call sweep. That's a $1.5 million trade. That's for the June 2019 or June 19, 2020 Expo. I hear you, Paula. I love to cook as well, but I don't like the cleaning up process too much. Sudhakar Rajulu says, Dave, where do you keep all these live trading videos? You are sharing golden nuggets of information. Well, thank you, Sudhakar. We do classes as well. If you guys are interested, we do have classes. I usually save those for after the workday, after 4 p.m., or on the weekends. So if you guys are interested in taking a class, I have classes that are 2 to 5 hours long and go from A to Z. Depending on what you want to learn, just let me know. You could email me, davesantarellijr@gmail.com, or you could go to our website, www.thesantarelliexchange.com, and click contact. And you can message us there. Or the best and easiest way, go to our Facebook business page and just message me. But those classes really will help you if you're interested and you're serious about trading. Basically, how this is set up, this website, we do our live trading. I teach you guys our trade plan, and if you want any extra information, you guys could take classes or coaching with me as well.
Health officials report the first flu-related death of the season.
First flu-related death of the season. Google's now up $2 for the day. Now take a look here at Google. This is looking nice here as well. Now I could look at and see about possibly getting a Google trade for this week's Expo because I like how that looks. But if we take a look, what's on the book is the 1245 strike call is going for about $10.15 a contract. So 1255 is going to be our break even. 1265 is going to be that 100% return. So to get to 1265 by October 25th, we need to be right back here. And I don't think we're going to do that within this week. So that's why I'd go out with November 1st possibly. So if you look at November 1st, wow, you can see that's much more expensive there. There must be earnings coming in for it to take a jump that much. 1245 strike going for $30, $3,000 a contract. So now let's take up the calendar. Let's take a look at Google. And as you guys can see, just as we said, it's coming up with earnings on October 28th. So that's why we've seen such a big increase from the October 25th 1245 strikes, which are going for $9.90 a contract, $990. And if you just go out 1 week further, that same 1245 strike's going for over $3,000, over $30 a contract, almost 3 times as much. So like I said there, I do think Google's going to have outstanding earnings. I'm probably going to end up making an earnings trade on it. In fact, you know what? I think I should do that now. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a small earnings trade on Google. Just what you're willing to lose. I'm willing to lose $1,000. You know, that's an earnings trade, but I want to take a higher. I don't want something that's just going to possibly make 100% return. I want something that could possibly make me much more here. So we look 1,300. Let's see what something like the OTM, out of the money vertical spread, is going to look like November 1st. Should go in November 8th. Let's say the 1270, 250, 1275. Let's see what that's going for first. So that's going for $1 a contract to be worth 250. So that's 150% max net gain. So 150% gain at 1275 or higher. Now let's take a look a little bit further out. 180, 250, 185. And that's going for 85 cents. So 2.5, divide that by 0.85. That's a max net gain of 194%. And then let's say we did the 1280, 750, 1290. That's going for 75 cents to be worth 250. So 2.5, divide that by 0.75. That's a max net return of 233%. That's not bad. But you need a, let's see, 1246, multiply that by 1.04. So you need about a 3.5% move for this to be worth max gain. So it's at 1246 now, just about 1246. Multiply that by 1.035. So 3.5% move is going to get you to 1290 a share. So we need a 3.5% move from now until November 1st Expo. So do you think that's going to happen? Well, let's take a look. Here's a site that I love to look at. It gives you the thingamajigabobber for it. So they're saying that the implied weekly move is 4.77% from now until November 1st. From now until November 15th, the implied monthly move is 5.59%.
Raises dividend to 70 cents per share. That's Alpha Echo Papa.
So here is that, guys, what I was just talking about here. So the implied move weekly is 4.77% from now until November 1st. So 4.77%. So she's at 1246 now. 1246, multiply that by 1.0475. That brings you up to 1305. You know, so that's if it has that 4.75% move. So if that brings us up to 1305, let's go out a little bit further here. Let's see, 1290, 250, 1295. That's going for 70 cents to be worth 65 cents to be worth 250. 2.5, divide that by 0.65. That's a max net return of 285%. It's getting a little warmer. Now let's say the 1290, 750, 1300 vertical bull call spread's going for about 60 cents. Let's see, 12.5, divide that by 0.6. That's a 317% max net gain if you get it for 60 cents. Let's say we get it for 55. 2.5, divide that by 0.55. That's a max return of 355% with Google above 1,300. So again, this is another one that is a little idea here. If you wanted to make a swing trade that goes into earnings, this is a higher risk trade because it's going into earnings. So obviously, those people with smaller accounts, I would stay away from a trade like that because it's just a coin flip. You don't know if they're going to report good earnings, bad earnings, what's going to influence them, what's going to hurt their report. If tariffs, obviously Google tariffs aren't going to be much of a factor there, but you know there's a lot going on there. They've been fined quite a bit, but I think Google's going to do great, especially with their YouTube. I think their YouTube's been fantastic, sensational. I think that's going to be a big one. So you know what? I'm going to come here. Let's see, 0.60. Debating if I want to make this trade or not. So let's see. If I just put 1,500, like I said, the max I want to risk is 5,000. Divide that by 60. That'll get me around 16 contracts. So I do 20 contracts. That's fine. Net debit. But again, that's far out. If you want to do something a little safer, do something like the 1280, 250, 1285. That's going to be 80 cents. So 20 cents less, but max net 2.5. Divide that by 0.8. That's still a 212% return if you got it at 80 cents there. I had to put in an order for 80 cents, see if it fills. I'll do 20 contracts. That's going to be a $1,600 trade. I don't want to be that much. Net debit 0.80. Let me just see, guys, what this is going for. If this is something that I think is going to get picked up. So this would be a $1,215 trade. Let's see. Alrighty. Or do I just want to get with some regular calls here for the November 15th?
TSLA Tesla, a tweet from Mark Spiegel says was contacted by a former Tesla employee who says Tesla incorrectly replaced many defective Takata airbags using European airbags in North American cars and North American airbags.
You know what, guys? Or I could possibly just do one contract of the November 1st 1250 strike call for 27. Let's see, 27.70. All right, I just placed an order for the Google November 1st 1250 strike call that wasn't executed. It was 1250 strike call. I put an order for 27.60. That wasn't executed. I'll do 27.70. So that's going to be a little bit larger of a trade. Alrighty, guys, that just executed. I just got one single contract. Again, this is a high-risk earnings trade. So I picked up the Google November 1st 1250 strike call. I paid 27.7, which is $2,770 for a single contract. We're already in the green. We're already up 20 bucks on that. Now $30. She's continuing to climb there. But again, that is a earnings trade, high risk. I might take profits before earnings. Not sure. Again, it's a small trade. Oh, it's actually, we got the call. So it's about a $3,000 trade, $2,800 trade. So bigger than the spread, but I like it. Not bad. Now, again, we're still going through our watch list here. Let's continue to look here. Let's get off that draw. Let's put on the 3-month daily. And let's continue to go down our watch list here and see if we see any good setups. Groupon's looking great. I think Groupon's one of those stocks that's great to buy and hold the shares of. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices at the bottom here. You can see they're picking up the November 1st 34 strike calls. 700 of them at $83 a contract. 700, multiply that by 83. That's a $58,100 trade there. JP Morgan still climbing higher, still looking great. Macy's is in consolidation, still not doing too much. MasterCard's, that one's going to be getting a pop there. Going to keep an eye on that. Look at MAA. This is one that I looked at by accident one day when I was looking at MasterCard. I put in an extra A, and this one, I added this to the watch list. I mean, look at this. This is insane. From $120 a share up to $137 in just a short month or two. And it's been holding, I mean, this holds our trade plan to a T. It either holds that 10 or holds that 20 and then continues to climb. And this is just a perfect example of our trade plan working on any stock you want it to. Let's take a look. McDonald's, I think they just had a bad earnings announcement. They missed this morning. I think I got something around 7 a.m. They missed. They're heading lower. Merck is down almost 5% today as well, coming down to major support around $80 a share. So keep an eye on what's doing well and what's not doing so well. Microsoft. Jay, are you still in the Microsoft trade, or did you get out of that the other day? Jay Gwawani, are you here? At Google trades continuing to climb now, up $30. All right, now let's see here. Microsoft isn't looking too bad. Holden. Let's see, does Microsoft have earnings, or did they already have? As I told you guys, I got the surprise of a lifetime yesterday. My wife told me that her mother-in-law is coming from Brazil tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting. Earnings on Microsoft tomorrow. That's not bad, guys. What do you think about doing a possible earnings trade on Microsoft? Let's see what their expected move is going to be here. So first off, let's take a look at this for Microsoft. Alrighty, so here's Microsoft. And this is the earnings history, past earnings statistics, and earnings trend line. Earnings date, October 23rd after close, AC. 1 day till earnings. So let's say October 25th, which is this week's expo, the implied move from where it's at right now is 3.94%. 3.94%. So if it's at 139.50, 139.5, multiply that by, what did we say? Multiply that by 0.0394. So that's a move up or down of around $5.50. So a $5.50 move. So that could bring us up to 145. So if we take a look here, the 140 straight calls are $2.50. So if you got into that and dig it up to 145, you're only making 100% return. And if it does nothing, even if it only climbs 2%, you're SOL. You're shit out of luck, and that's going to be worth basically nothing because you're buying the October 25th expo. But guys, take a look at the open interest and volume on Microsoft for this week's expo. And that's beautiful. So as you guys can see, take a look now and listen. This is really important. I want to do a very important topic here. People ask me all the time, Dave, should I go with a call or with the spread? So guys, right now, take a look and think about this. If you bought the 140 strike call, right, you're buying the 140 strike call. You're paying $2.46. So 140 plus 2.46, your break even is at 142.46. That's your break even. Now, to make 100% return, you add another 2.46 to that. So your 100% return is at 144.92. So basically 145 is where you're going to have 100% return. So now let's take a look at a spread and see what difference we have there. So let's say, so at 145, we make 100% return. So obviously, if we think it's going to go to 145 with those calls for the 100% return, we could do something like the 144, 145 vertical spread and see what that's going for. That's going for 22 cents to be worth $1. Now, guys, this is where it's incredible. $1, divide that by 0.22. That's a max net return of 355% if Microsoft gets up to 145 or higher. That's a 355% return. That's incredible. Now let's go a little bit further down. Let's say the 142, 143. That's going for
STVA,
32 cents.
S&T Bank
One,
Corp
divide that by
increases their quarterly
0.32.
dividend. Sandy,
That's still a
Tango Bravo Alpha.
213% return. That's not bad. I like that trade. I think I'm going to jump into that.
Dividend at 28 cents per share.
That's not bad at all. So let's say we did the... Let's say 140, 141. That's 42 cents to be worth $1. 1, divide that by 0.42. That's still 138%. That's not bad at all. Let's say 141, 142. That's a perfect number there. 36 cents. 1, divide that by 0.36. That's a 178% return.
FDA
I like that. I think I'm going to jump into that
risk
trade.
orders to age smokeless
0.37
tobacco products.
net debit. Let's say I put, let's just say $750 since it's an earnings trade, you know, nothing crazy. We just made the Google trade. So 750, divide that by 37. So I could get 20 contracts. It's not bad. I'll do 25. Net debit, 0.37. And that trade was just executed, guys. And we are in it. Again, these trades here are higher risk trades. Here are the 2 trades we made today. We have the Google 1250 strike call for November 1st Expo at 27.70, down 0.5% on that. And then we did the spread on Microsoft, 141, 142 vertical bull call spread, and we paid 37 cents. Let's see, 1.91 minus 1.54. We paid 37 cents for that to be worth $1. So this trade cost us 37. Multiply that by 25. This trade cost us $925, and the max it could be worth is $2,500. So that's a pretty significant gain there. You're taking $925, and it could possibly be worth $2,500 by the end of this week, as long as Microsoft is above 142 a share. So as long as Microsoft's above 142, which is really nicely right around the next resistance area, that's going to make us a 100% return. I'm sorry, over that. Let's see, what do we pay? 37 cents. So 1, divide that by 0.37. So again, 170.27% return, max return, as long as we're above 142. So look at how quick now this just happened. So as you can see, with the underlying options, you're having a really nice time with any type of stock move here. So here it is now. Now it's up in the green. We're already up $45 on that Google trade. Microsoft, waiting for that. That's earnings tomorrow. And the Google trade is still climbing, up $70 on that. Now, and again, that's a small trade. Both of those trades are higher risk earnings trades. So not much going on there. Now, NVIDIA came back all the way up over 200, pulled back a bit. Now, if it retraces back down to that 10, you better believe if this comes back down to that 10 SMA, like see here, we had the breakout and then it came back down to that 10. Next time it comes back down to that 10 SMA, I'm going to be buying significant amount of calls or spread on NVIDIA. Because if it comes back down here and then we have that confirmed candle, the next candle green, I'm going to be buying probably anywhere between a $5,000 and $10,000 trade. Probably pick up some calls or a mixture of some calls and a spread with that. So keep that in mind and remember that. Wow, it's almost 11 o'clock already, guys. Anything you want me to take a look at here before I go back into the trade room? Sudiker says, Dave, you are awesome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying the service. I know you're new with us, so hope you like it. Jay says he was across the room. He got out for a small profit. Nice job, Jay. Well done. I just picked up that Microsoft trade, Jay. The 141, 142 vertical spread. Guys, that Google trade's already up $80 now. Again, that's a small trade. Only up 3%, but not bad. Let's see. Anything else you guys want me to take a look at here before we end for the day? Levi Javier says, very slow day. Still managed to snag day trade profits from both HD and Microsoft puts. Now back to brewing his coffee. Nice job, Levi. I love seeing you guys take in profits, lock in profits. And guys, most importantly, what I hate the most, and I'm going to let you guys know this now, what I hate the most is when you get new signups or new members and they expect you to trade every single day. Okay, first off, if you know our trade plan, you know that there's going to be periods where it's not a good time to trade, like consolidation, profit-taking phase. You know, any of those phases, either consolidation or profit-taking, you want to hold off and wait. When you're in breakdown momentum or breakout momentum, or you have any of those chart patterns like a hook pattern or channel range-bound trade, then you're going to wait until you have those setups to trade those. But when you're in the consolidation or profit-taking cycle or phase, just sit back and relax. You know, you see, if we wait for the right setups, like the NVDA trade yesterday, you know, we locked in a quick 73% gain on that overnight. That was a beautiful chart setup. I told you guys yesterday that I was making that a medium-sized trade. I usually always say it's small trade, but that was a medium-sized trade, and it was just a nice trade plan. I mean, it came down to that 20. And this was yesterday here at about 194, 195. I said, all right, guys, she looks like she's going to break higher now. She tested that 10. She held, and she climbed from that. So that next day when I seen this candle here, I said, all right, I'm going to jump into some calls. It's probably going to be an overnight trade, maybe 2 days tops. But that overnight, I said that's why we locked in profits. I wasn't going to go live this morning, but I said, you know what? I got to do that live video, show them that locking in the profits early in the morning was the best thing to do. And if you take a look, here's the today 1 minute. We sold within the first, I think, 3 minutes of the day. So it got all the way above 120, almost to 121. We sold, we locked in our profits. And then as you can see, she pulled back, consolidated, profit taking, and it's flat for the day. Now take a look here. We have another nice breakout happening here. So if you wanted to do a day trade, you could come in right now and pick up a day trade on NVIDIA and do something like the, let's see here. This is a nice setup actually for a day trade or another swing trade. So if you pick up the October 25th, let's say the 197.50, $3.45, you know, your break even's right around 201, and then at around 204 you have 100% return. And you know, that basically just needs to do what happened today. So if you have another day like today, tomorrow, you're going to make over 100% return on that. But again, if you just want to hold it for a quick day trade, you could look at your next resistance area of around 199.50. So if you pick that up now at 198.02, you're going to look to sell it right around 199.50. And that's the beauty of our trade plan. You know where you're at now, and this is the important part of actually diving in, looking at the chart, knowing what cycle, what phase you're in, and where are your stop, where are your targets, where are your support and your resistance. And if you know those things, it's so easy to follow your trade plan and look for those nice setups. Like I said, here's breakout momentum, past few candles, and still continuing to climb, looking good here. Now what you could also do is look at the Qs and see what the general market's doing. Is the general market picking up right now? And if you go to a 1 minute to day chart, you could see that the Qs are in consolidation. It's trading between the SMAs, the 10, 20, 50. It's range bound. You're looking at, you know, about 194 down to 193.50. That's going to be your range that you're trading within. So again, Qs aren't doing too much just right now, so I would personally say, hey, if NVIDIA has some steam here, it might be short-lived. Now, if this was in breakout momentum and you've seen a climb here, that would fuel me to make a larger trade on NVIDIA as a day trade or swing trade, whatever it is I'm making. But very important to watch the overall general market conditions compared to whatever it is you're watching. Jerry said, anyone watching Amazon? Let's take a look at Amazon quick. Amazon is looking great. I like that pickup there. I like that. It's holding the 50. Guys, this is another nice trade setup. Let's see the earnings calendar on this. And again, if Microsoft does well, I bet you Amazon's going to get a nice lift tomorrow as well. So Amazon's reporting earnings on the 24th. So this is a big week coming up here. This is probably that Super Bowl of earnings week. Let's take a look, see if we wanted to make an Amazon trade, a short-term swing trade. We could pick up the 1780 strike calls for many more put buyers than call buyers, though. You notice that?
Exclusive distribution partnership agreement with Bizhu Great World Natural Food. That's
all right. If you go onto the money a little bit more, you can see there's more call buyers, but still, it's a little bit worrisome to me. Buy to open, sell to open. Let's see. What do we say the thing is for Amazon? What's the expected move here? So from October 25th, 3.95%. So 1780, multiply that by 1.0395. So that's going to bring us up to around 1850 max. I think it can move much more than that. But so that's saying that it could get up to $1,850 a share if it has that 3.95% implied move or higher. So let's take a look and say October 25th.
iFresh hitting a high of $1.88 on $1.86 on that exclusive distribution partnership.
1822.50, 1825. Let's see what that's going for. That's going for 80 cents to be worth 250. 2.5, divide that by 0.8. That's a max net return of 212.5%. Let's go up a little bit more here. Let's say the
OPEC and allies to consider deeper oil cuts at December meeting due to weak demand growth outlook in 2020.
65 cents.
4 OPEC sources now reported by Reuters.
And let's do our final 1847.50, 1850, and let's see what that's going for. That's going for around 53 cents a contract, 50 cents a contract. 2.5, divide that by 0.5. That's a max net return of 400%.
Crude
so you put in $1,000 bucks, that's going to be worth 5,000 if Amazon gets to 1850 or higher by October 25th.
At December meeting due to weak.
I definitely think that's possible. I'm going to see what Microsoft does, and I might jump into an Amazon trade tomorrow, depending on what Microsoft does. Alrighty, guys. Any last-minute questions here? Almost 11 a.m. And I'm going to start looking for some swing trade setups to send out as official trade alerts for members that aren't with us in the trade room daily. So anything you guys want to go over quick, please announce now in the trade room or on the YouTube chat, and I'll take a look quick. If not,
SNAP,
I'm going to head out and be back in the trade room for members.
Sweep.
Guys, remember our Costco trade? I gave that as a trade idea as well. Look at that, 30402. You guys remember, we talked about this way back here when it just had the 1020 cross. We talked about this on October 22nd and that's this today chart. So right here, we talked about this on October 9th when it was just entering breakout momentum again after the 1020 cross and after retesting the 50 SMA. As you can see, it came down to the 50, the red line here. It came down to the 50, bounced higher, came down to the 20, bounced higher, breakout momentum. We have the profit-taking consolidation, came all the way back down to the 50 SMA, held, and as you can see, that 50 SMA acted as support the entire time. So here, it came down to the 50, successful bounce, climb higher, breakout momentum, cycle and phase. Profit taking came back down to that 50 SMA, and then what happened? We had the next breakout momentum. Here we go, another red candle. It held the 10, breakout momentum, came back down to the 1020 SMA, held, and then it had a huge breakout here, huge candle right on the 27th, continued to climb. It had a big breakout momentum cycle that went from 275 all the way up to 307.70. And then what happened? It retraced, profit taking, came back down to that 50 SMA once again. As you can see how that 50 SMA is acting as support. And as a trader, this is what you're looking for. You're using and utilizing our trade plan and finding those perfect setups to trade. And again, profit taking consolidation on Costco, came back down to the 50, and then it broke out again. Now what's happening? It's going to retest that resistance, probably 307.50, and then either hold, fail, and retrace, come back down to the 10-20-50 SMA before breaking higher, or
PBR,
it's going to test that resistance and
PBR,
make or
Reuters
break
says
it there.
Brazil
So
oil farm
another
Petrobras,
one, guys. This was a
near
trade
deal
idea I
to
gave on
market
our
the
first
government
video, I
share
think, since our day trading started.
crude
Guys, take a
output,
look.
according
Our
to government
videos are
officials.
number one. And guys, if you
PBR,
like today's video,
that report
and
from
if you like
Reuters.
what we're doing here going
Papa
live,
Bravo
please go to the
Romeo.
YouTube and click like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me if you guys could go right now on the YouTube. And if you like this video, if you like all the education I'm teaching, and if you like the setups we're going over, please go to the YouTube channel, click like on this video, and subscribe to our channel. And if you guys are new and want to join us, go to www.thesantorelliexchange.com and use promo code TRADELIVE to get 50% off your first month. Alrighty, guys, it is now after 11, so I'm going to head out now. Costco is looking good. I'm going to look for some swing trade setups, and I'll message you guys in the trade room and send out official trade alerts if I find a good swing trade setup that we could send out as an official trade.
Fitch says uncertainty remains on Brazil's economic
Anything
recovery
else you guys
given
want me to
effects
go
of
over
the
quick?
US-China trade war.
Red Lotus says, I work full-time 8 to 4. Will I still be able to learn and profit from your group? Red Lotus, absolutely. So we do two types of things here. We do day trades and we do swing trades. We do short-term swing trades, meaning like they expire in 1 week or less. And then we also do monthly expos that are 30 days or further out. So all you have to do is decide, hey, what days do you work? What days are you free? If you're able to just hop in the morning, we could go over some trade setups for the week. If you're looking for swing trade setups, obviously you could just wait for an email alert from us, and you could check out the website as well. But I have most of our members. We have over I don't know what we're at right now, but we have a lot of hundreds of members, and most of them are professionals. Most of them have a job. Most of them work. So there's only a few that are, what do we have in the trade room now? 35 people. So those are who I consider to be the, core traders, either the full-time traders that are trading for a living, whatever it is they're doing, they're live all day. They don't have a job. They make this their full-time job. So that's who is usually in the trade room all day. The other ones that aren't, they just wait for trade setups. Like Jeff Walker, if you look on our YouTube channel here, go back. Jeff Walker is a very famous radio show host from Pennsylvania. He has a nationwide channel, Jumpin' Jeff Walker. That's his channel or his show on the radio. And he's been with us since we started, and he does extremely well, and he loves our service, and he even talks about it on the radio.
CSOD, Cornerstone
So,
on Demand.
there's certain people that are with us for day trades. There's certain people that are with us for those swing trade ideas. It's up to you. But if you have any other questions, Red Lotus, feel free to message me personally. Ask me anything you'd like, and I'd be happy to answer.
Hearing that cancellation on CSOD, Cornerstone on Demand, says it may be due to a scheduling conflict. Company has two conferences on the same day.
Alrighty, guys, so I'm going to head out now for the day. I'm still going to be in the trade room. Let me see. I guess that was too long there.
FB, Facebook, New York Attorney General says Facebook probe now expands to 47 AGs from 40 from states and territories. That from a statement.
Hello, Hawaii 808. Thank you. Subscribe first time here. Thank you. Guys, go over our videos. You're going to learn so much from them, and you're going to realize why we have the best service
Shares
on
of Facebook
the
dropping
internet.
to the lows now.
Facebook's dropping to the lows now. What was that Facebook news? I was typing there. I didn't hear. So as you can see, look at those candles on Facebook dropping lower here. Text pulling back a little bit. Alrighty, guys, I'm really glad you like this. Again, if you guys could please go like this video and subscribe to our channel and click the bell to get notified of when we go live. That's going to help you out tremendously. You're going to get email notifications, cell phone notifications anytime we go live or anytime we post some new material. So please go to the video if you liked it, click like, subscribe, and click the bell to get notified. I'm going to end this now, and I'm going to be in our trade room on our website, www.thesantarelliexchange.com. And if you guys would like to join us, just use promo code TRADELIVE for 50% off your first month. I'll see you guys in the trade room. I hope you guys enjoyed the day. We locked in some nice profits. We made a couple more trades here. Our Google trade's up around 2%. Our Microsoft trade's pretty flat right now, but we have an earnings trade on Microsoft and Google. And now I'm going to go look for an official swing trade. That's obviously lower risk and a good possibility of a return, a higher return of at least 50%. That's what I'm going to go look for now. I'm going to share any results or what I find in the trade room. If I don't find anything, we'll just check out some charts and do some research for the day and wait till tomorrow. Big week this week, guys. A lot of earnings coming out, so be prepared and be patient, be disciplined. And like I said, follow the trade plan. If you go and look at our videos, each one of our recorded videos each day, you could see our process, what we do, what we're looking for. I'm going into detail with our trade plan when we're looking at these charts. So please go there, learn, educate yourself how we use our trade plan. That way you're going to be able to participate in the trade room on YouTube, whatever it is we're doing. You can participate, follow along, and find those great trade setups. A lot of you guys come to me and say, hey, Dave, I just found this stock. Take a look at it. And they know our trade plan. And when I take a look at the chart, it's a phenomenal chart, great entry. And I say, okay, great job, whoever it is, Javier, Paula, whoever it is that brings up the trade idea, we'll discuss it. If it's a good setup, we can make an entry. And all the power to you guys. You guys are out there finding the trade setups as well, and you're using our trade plan and even entering trades on your own.
CSOD,
and you guys are doing really great. So I'm really happy to hear that. And again, if you guys need anything, please let me know. Message me, email me. Best way to get in touch with me is on Facebook. So message me if you're interested in one of our courses. We have beginner courses. We have advanced courses. I even do some courses with Mr. Anthony Dolly. He's retired from Goldman Sachs. He does the advanced courses for me, because he does a lot of the, more advanced things. I'm usually sticking to calls, puts, spreads, sometimes covered calls or some covered options there, but he will go into some advanced things if you wish. So guys, just let me know. I'm going to go in the trade room now, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm doing one quick glance here at the watch list, see if there's anything that's popping my eye here. Lilly is doing really well. J&J's doing well. Groupon. Google's finally getting a pop here. Facebook's pulling back a little bit, though. Qualcomm, we're going to keep our eye on Qualcomm. Wells Fargo up almost 1% for the day. Bank of America up 0.75%. Apple up 0.5%. So that's what I'm going to do now, guys. Go look. Facebook's pulling back quite a bit here. I might jump out of those calls for now just to hold on to, let's see, sell to close. I don't know what the news was on that. Facebook, New York Attorney General says Facebook probe now expands to 47 Attorney General from states and territories. So, you know what? Just to make it, just to be on the safe side here, 5.6. I'm just going to get rid of that for now. 5.5. I'm debating if I want to. Let's see. I'll just sell 2 contracts for now. Wow, what a pullback there. Facebook. Let's see here. Facebook. Let's see if that news clears up a little bit. She's already down 1.23%, so she might pull back a little bit more. I'm just going to sell it for now while that news is out. I don't want to take much of a loss there by holding that. It is an earnings trade, so there's plenty of time built in and events built in that could change that. Let's see, 190, 5.55.
MCD, McDonald's, on their conference call says customers are showing us that our investment in fresh beef is paying off. That's Michael Charlie Delta.
Alrighty, I just sold half of the Facebook trade. I'll keep the other. There's only 2 contracts now. We only have $1,100 in that. And again, that's a higher risk earnings trade, November 15th Expo. So we'll hold off on that. And let's see here, Nike. Alrighty, I'm going to go look at the unusual options activity, the upgrades, downgrades, and I'm going to look for a good swing trade setup to send out if I find one. Again, guys, if you need anything, just let me know, and I'd be happy to help. I hope you guys are having a great day. Aloha, Annie. Welcome. Hawaii 808. Chung Ho. Thank you, Dave. Hawaii. Some Hawaiian language there. Alrighty, guys. Great job today, and I look forward to seeing you in the trade room. If you guys have anything in the trade room you want me to go over, just let me know, and I'd be happy to do that. Take care, guys. Have a great day. God bless. And continued success trading.